Hello. It's the vernal equinox today. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about balance and equality in unity and just the time of awakening and moving into a different season in life. So this past week was also the full moon, and my husband and I, we did this project together of going through all of our clothes. I don't know if you've heard of the KonMari method, the magic art of tidying up. And it's just like about letting things go that are no longer serving you. So we went through all of our clothes, and it was just such a freeing experience. And I loved that we did it together. And there was one part, this one experience that we had on the day of the full moon. We went out and we had cut some pieces of fabric that were symbolic to us, and my baby is laying on the floor listening. And we went out into the side forest on our property and built a little fire and burned those symbolic pieces of cloth. And it was so peaceful, and the wind blew the flames and the smoke different places, different ways. And as we just stood there in the moonlight with the wind and in the trees and everything, I just felt at peace with him, at peace with us together. And I think it was the perfect start for this time of equilibrium and stepping into what we can do when we are unified with those around us. To me, that is Zion. When we can each stand on our own and we choose to stand together. Because it's just like that. I'm sure you've heard it before. You know, one horse can pull a certain amount, and then two horses together can pull like 4 times that much. Not just the amount of both of them can pull together. Or like one 2x4 can hold up like 400 pounds, but two 2x4s together can hold up like 1,600 pounds or something. Like we are greater than the sum of our parts. And so when we choose to join with others, we can become more powerful. And I think as a world, we need to learn that lesson. And I always think about Zion. I always think about Zion, especially at the time of the equinoxes, because of the balancing. To me, my holy ones are paired perfectly with each other as male and female halves of a whole. And it's a beautiful dance. I think of the symbol, the yin-yang or yin-yang symbol, that they flow into each other and are balanced in such a beautiful way. Sometimes it's I was about to say you can't really tell who is who, or it doesn't matter who is who, but it does. It's like there's like such a beautiful allowance on both sides, and an acceptance and giving and receiving is so perfect that it's just them together. They become one entity, each of them together. It's different than each of them individually. And I'm striving for that. I am stepping into that in my marriage and in my family. I'm choosing that because I believe that is the way to move forward as a world. I was talking about it with my kids the other day, or they were talking with me. And I was listening, and finally I spoke up and said, because they were talking about race and how it doesn't matter. Like, all the colors don't matter. Like, I don't care what someone's gender is. I don't care what someone's skin color is, or what their hair color is, or what their background is. I don't care. And I said, I care so much that I celebrate them and I love them as they are. In the difference from me, I see beauty and potential instead of misunderstanding or other. We can stand on our own together, and we can be ourselves, and we need all the parts. It's just like Jesus talks about, or that people talked about after believing and following in Jesus. Like, we need every member. We need an eye, and we need a hand, and we need a leg. And if the leg tried to be the hair, then we wouldn't have a leg. Or if the teeth tried to be the fingers, then we wouldn't have any teeth. We need everybody, and we need people to be different. That's what will make everything work. Is if we can be balanced within ourselves and not have to be wrong or make other people wrong and be right, we can just be, and we can all look up to God, or maybe even not. For some people, they're not going to have that in their path. And okay, we can still love and share with them. But if we can be balanced within ourselves and balanced with all those around us and see the difference and still be unified, that will bring Zion. That will bring the equilibrium. That is what will bring transcendence and peace on earth. I was just thinking of world peace, as talked about in several funny movies. I love the way that movies can teach us. Film, actually, I think participatory theater is the most powerful teaching tool. Stories that we live in, we can learn from. I think that's what the scriptures are. Patterns, people's stories that we can look to and come to God through. So there's some of my thoughts. It's all over the place. I have absolute faith in the power of God within each of us. And I trust them enough to be at peace here and with courage and with joy choose love for those around me and for everyone and for myself. So, happy Vernal Equinox and Shabbat Shalom to you.